What's going on, everybody? October 3rd today. Got a decent amount of stocks on the watch list. Well, pretty much all of them are up gaps. Not paying attention to any of the down gaps here. They're all relatively penny stocks. They're pretty close to the $10 mark, so I decided to skip it. Looks like nothing else popped up here. I was looking at TRLRY again, gapping up almost 7%. Was pretty happy with it at first, seeing it hold this 145 level, then we broke down, and now we're really kind of screaming back here. So still might be a pretty good gap and go trade. BABA just somehow had a 100,000 share pre-market 1 minute candle. I don't know where that came from, but everything else actually looks really good. Billy GM have pretty strong pre-market trends here, kind of making a nice wedge going into the open here. AA is doing the same thing. It just broke out of pre-market highs. SPY is up 1.5 or a point and a quarter almost. So definitely seeing some good stuff so far. Gonna be pretty much long bias, I'd say, for the day. Not really looking to short anything. GM pulling back, BABA pulling back, Billy pulling back, AA pulling back. Jeez, everything's pulling back except TLRY at the moment. See what it does at that 149. I'm just gonna blow right through it. Big move from TLRY. BABA just not looking good enough. Not really liking AA either. Billy is interesting here at this 20 level. I'm gonna go 15, 21. I'm gonna miss it. It's a little too slow. Had 45 as resistance, and there's definitely some hidden sellers there. It's gone. Gap and go trade worked well for those two. BABA and GM are selling off. Almost a $0.50 on GM and 1.5 on BABA. I don't think I'm gonna take BABA long if it gets up there. There's a strong push on not a lot of volume though. There it goes. TLRY had something going on at that 149. Gonna look for an opening range play. If we can consolidate before that 151. Don't really have anything in the way until 155. Yeah, if that 151 breaks, the opening range on it would have failed. Nothing really looks good. Billy just completely reversed. Maybe there's something here. Could look for a bounce on TLRY here. The 9's kind of right up on it. Spy's a little weak at the moment. Yeah, CGC's dropping. Might see TLRY do the same. Seem to be holding this pretty low volume. See, and CGC is really dropping right now. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on TLRY. I don't like possibility of it coordinating with the other pot stocks. I mean, CGC is dropping a point here. Baba just came back and touched VWAP. like to see it retest again. Maybe get an entry on it. If it comes back about now, that's probably the best chance I'd get. But 10 cents on Baba doesn't make much sense. I might have to probably make this below the whole number at least. Yeah, that was a one and done. Man, CGC is just really dropping. That's a shame. Nothing else looks special right now. Everything's kind of going against the gap. Looks like Baba, maybe GM, maybe the only thing going on. Something might happen here. I think I'm just going to have to wait a little bit. Let price play out. See if there's something later. Okay, Baba's coming back to VWAP here. I want to watch it play out first for a little bit. $15, $11. Looks like we're holding this. I'm gonna see. I might have just missed it. Alright, stop loss just below the whole number here. I'd like to take it back to that 60 level. Oh, that's only 250. Shoot. What in the world? Alright, got a nice bounce here. Real nice bounce. I'm just gonna hit it. Oh shoot, I waited way too long on that one. What in the world's wrong with my stop loss order? I wasn't expecting to bounce that big, but that was pretty good. I'll let the rest go here, see if I can kind of trade around the core here. I really wanted to go much bigger size than that. I mean, I was only risking like 20 cents on 250. That's probably 50 bucks. Spy's dropping. Really not helping too much. Let's see. Fangs are kind of well, that's not really true. Apple's up, Google seems to be a little flat, Facebook is up pretty big. I'll take the rest off of this up here at 164 if we get up. I got 164.65 as a resistance, so we'll see what happens with the rest of this here. Yeah, and everything is, all these gap ups that I had are sitting underneath VWAP now. Well, Bob will keep going here, see if might set up for another possible re-entry spot. like that 60. Rather, I like that 60. I'd like to see that 90 MA a little closer though. I want it to come into play, and I can add in on this the appropriate size that I should have done from the beginning. It doesn't have to be 550. I want to wait though. I want to see that 9 come into play first. Little jab there. Didn't break out or nothing. Come on. Sector not helping too much either. See what happens on a retest. Might be able to get another entry in here pretty tight if I see something hold on the bid. If not, I'm just gonna hit out underneath 60. There it is. Definitely a case for a re-entry here though. So we got to a low of 51. We're bouncing again here. I don't know. Something feels weird about this. I need to get rid of my lines. Do the same situation here, see how it acts with this 20 coming up. See if we can get a bounce or something, if it wants to hold. Break. It's all it took was just that one tap, and then I was just a little bit too slow, and then it took off from that 60 level, and then it never came back. I mean, these kind of entries, this is exactly what I'm trying to get, but if I'm not consistent with my size and my risk, then this doesn't erase all the losses that I just had yesterday. This win right here should have completely gotten rid of what I did yesterday. Because I got in at 20, and I was risking underneath the whole number. So really only 20 cents. I should have been 500 shares. Should have been, should have been twice as big. This is a good trade to review, though. This is definitely exactly how I like to see these ones play out. I just couldn't quite convince myself to try and get in on this little tap down here, but I saw it basically the exact same that I saw it over here. Came down to that level, bounced off it, started seeing some green on the tape, and then never came back. I just couldn't get my order, and I probably could have gone smaller size, maybe gotten filled at 60 or something like that, but I don't know. In that case, I just feel like I'm risking too much of my profits that I already got. So looks like some other trades here are getting above VWAP. Don't really think I have anything here on AA. Decently strong push right from the open. Came back on a VWAP, got caught by the 9. Once the 20 caught up with it, we started exploding. We had a big squeeze through VWAP. Not huge volume. I don't really think I have a trade here. That might not be true. I can get pretty big on this one. Stop loss would be right underneath VWAP. And if we can pull back here, we're going to get all three of these things synced up right on top of VWAP. That could be pretty big support. Yeah, Bob is still moving higher. I'm just getting kind of stuck here. Come on. I want to see a low volume pullback. But it's got to move another 10 cents here. I don't even know if we're going to get that. SPY's dropping, just made a new low a day. See a touch VWAP. It's not really an engulfing pattern on the 5-minute chart either. Nope. Might be something here on TLRY. $173 has been holding super strong lately. 173, 147. Again, there's nothing too special about it though. Could be a good short, but circuit breaker. Failed twice to stay above VWAP now. And once this level holds, could see a big drop here. We got this 20 on the pre-market moving averages too. Got 20 and the 50. No, just not clean enough. Maybe something here later. 5-minute looks pretty strong. Might look for another retest of VWAP or something. Nothing for now. Okay, I think I'm gonna be done for the day. I've been looking for some second day plays and I can't really find anything that I'm liking too much. The only thing that I saw was AMD. Wasn't on my watch list. It ended up dropping pretty big today. Not a surprise though. Kind of made a flag up here for a while, and then once we got underneath these moving averages and the 30 level, we're just starting to tank. So I was looking for a spot to get in on the 5 minutes here. Kind of came and touched the VWAP with the 9 on it, but had plenty of opportunity to get in. I just couldn't really pull the trigger, I guess. VWAP was at 42, and we only ended up touching like 40, 41-ish. It's getting back up there again, but now we got all these moving averages on top of it. And there was probably 500,000 buyers there at 27. I mean, just massive numbers. There was like a 3,000, a 2,000. Crazy stuff. 15 minutes not that great either. Kind of an engulfing pattern there. And the stocks that were in play today, nothing really looks special for long or anything. BABA looked decent after this candle, but we ended up cratering and coming back underneath VWAP. Everything else is just kind of hanging underneath VWAP. Billy's kind of flagging out here. Volume, huge volume drop off. I mean, really, there's nothing too special. Not a reason to force anything. Definitely looking to start taking these trade to hold, you know, hold them for a couple hour trades, but until I see something that I really like, I'm not gonna try and force anything. So only trade that I took today was on BABA. Super nice VWAP bounce. Pretty strong open, decent opening range break. Came back to VWAP once, bounced, kind of started making a little flag here, I guess. I was watching it again for another bounce off of VWAP because the 9 was coming up on it. We got down there, and then I wanted to see if it was going to hold this, what is this? This 07 level, and we ended up getting down to about 12 cents, 13 cents, pretty much right on top of VWAP. And as soon as I saw that we were holding, weren't breaking any lower, and I saw a bunch of green on the tape, hit my order, and I got in 250 at 163.20, so a really good fill there. But the only problem with this is, I mean, I had 3 losers yesterday where I'm losing, you know, pennies really. So I mean, they're really small losses, respecting the levels, you know, makes sense, but if I'm not being consistent with my risk and my size, then it completely, it doesn't validate what it is that I'm trying to do. I mean, I really should have taken 500 shares on this. I was only risking about 20 cents on it. And I mean, really, I could have been risking even less if I wanted to really respect this '07 level. I mean, it would have been about 15 cents a risk. I mean, I could have gotten like 600 shares or something, risking $100. But I mean, I don't know. I think because it was BABA, it's a big name stock, big number stock, $160. You know, I just thought 250. That's big enough. But I mean, I didn't do my math right, and I mean, what should have been a winner that completely erased all my losses yesterday. You know, I'm only cutting into half of it, so that was the mistake today. Ended up covering most once it got up to around the level that's been struggling with, 163.75. Was looking for another spot for a possible re-entry on it, and we ended up seeing this 60 here before popping up, and at the time it ended up breaking above, a little jab above this flag that it was making, and I hit out once it broke underneath that 60. But I was also looking for another re-entry because the 20 was coming up on it, and we came down to 42 here. But I mean, this one happened a lot faster than this one. I mean, I might have been able to get in about 60, but I mean, at that point I end up risking, you know, 30 cents to try and make about 30 cents, when in reality I'm really trying to risk about 20 to make 40. You know, I want to get that 2 to 1. I don't want that 1 to 1. Either way, it would have been a decent win. Ended up breaking out above the flag and getting stuck at this 164.50. So would have been a good trade either way. I just didn't get my entry on it, so I decided to skip it. Then later in the day, well, a little bit later, ended up, you can see these trend lines kind of crossed here, and then we got the 20 coming up on it. I thought there might be a decent entry somewhere in here, but again, you know, the last spot to hold was the 75, and then we started getting up above this 164 area, and we started getting slow, not a ton of volume, so I decided to pass on that one too. AA set up a little bit. You can kind of see there's some flags in here. It's just a little too slow, volume drop off, so I'm only gonna end up finishing this day plus $100. Not terrible, better than yesterday. Didn't really see too much of anything. Surprisingly, I thought I would see a lot today, but looks like BABA was really the only thing that was doing much of anything. Yeah, AMD squeezing above VWAP now. So I'm just gonna end up calling it here. So thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow.